Today on Fresno State Focus, we look at the fentanyl epidemic and what you should look out for on Halloween.
I also look at mental health at University High and how the school is working to help students.
Plus, we'll explain everything you need to know about the middle class stimulus check. Fresno State Focus starts now.
Hello, and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Jared Hickman.
And I'm Miranda Adams. We're excited to be bringing you our second newscast of the semester. Trick-or-treating season is right around the corner, but as fentanyl deaths reach an all-time high, concerns about lace candy are being raised. This week, the Fresno County District Attorney announced that drug dealers whose customers die of an overdose will now be persecuted for murder. According to Clovis Unified School District, over 46,000 fentanyl overdoses were reported in the U.S. between 2020 and 2021. That number is only expected to grow this year. With Halloween approaching, some are worried the drug may be handed out to children. The rise in concern comes after brightly colored fentanyl pills resembling sugar candies came into the market. To ensure all tricks and no treats, you can avoid unwrapped items and check for holes in the packaging.
Located on Fresno State's campus, University High School is a public charter school that excels in performing arts and has one of the highest graduation rates in the area. Those successes can come with stress, but University High has a plan to fix that.
Caden Zhang attends University High, premier performing arts charter school at Fresno State, and he is a student body president. He says the academically rigorous curriculum and duties as student body president cause a lot of stress for him and other students.
I'm involved in a lot of activities, whether that be ASB president or also some college classes, and sometimes the coursework itself, speaking regarding academics exclusively, can get overwhelming at times.
University High has one of the highest graduation rates in California, and students test in the top 15% in math and English. That puts a lot of weight on their shoulders mentally.
Many of our students here at UHS experience high levels of anxiety and stress, so my job is to obviously be here, be a safe place that they can go to, a trusted adult that they could come and talk to, for that light, brief, personal social counseling.
Bird is one of 2 counselors for more than 492 students on campus. But she has a plan to create a room that will serve as a safe place where students can go to de-stress and gather themselves for a short time before going back to class. Superintendent Principal Jeffy Hickman is all for creating this safe haven. Hickman has supported and helped Bird with getting the grant and funding for being able to create this haven for their students.
Even if Mrs. Bird doesn't receive the funding for this, I'll still find money in my budget to pay for these items because I think it's an important enough project for us and for our students.
We couldn't put a table out.
If you're struggling with mental health, find somebody who will listen to you and help you, whether that's a family member, a close friend, a teacher, or a counselor. Your mental health matters, and you matter. We all have our own journeys when we come to college and head toward graduation. It's important to find the resources that will help you through those journeys to be successful. Our Transfer Center is one place to start. This may be students' first year back on campus in 2 years because of COVID-19. The goal here at the Transfer Center is to make the transition from a community college to our university smooth. Transferring credit can be difficult, so keeping close contact with your counselor or advisor is highly recommended.
If I call them, someone answers. It's not like just a voicemail. So that's what I like here at Fresno State too, that they're very personal and they're easy to come in contact with.
Transfer Center is in the Joyo Building, South Entrance, room 131. They have virtual office hours every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. You can also go to their Instagram page for a look at future upcoming events.
Have you ever thought of studying while traveling? Taking the chance to interact with other people and cultures, making new friends from around the world, and gaining a global perspective? Jocelyn Clark tells us more about the process and experience of 2 students who are now back at Fresno State after studying abroad.
Fresno State just had its 8th Study Abroad Fair, where students learn about the opportunity to study in another country. They heard about other students' experiences and what it's like traveling while continuing their studies. Kalu Young went to South Korea last spring.
It's a unique experience. Even if you don't do it for like the academic aspect of it, just because I personally think there's a lot of academic advantages to it.
Yang studied at Shonam National University in Wonju. She loved how welcoming the university and the students were. She fell in love with the country after visiting more than 4 cities and meeting a variety of people.
And I worked with a lot of students from like all around the world and domestic students too. And to be honest with you, like I met some of the most amazing people while I was abroad in Korea, and I'm still in touch with a lot of them.
Fresno State Study Abroad Office offers more than 66 different cities: South Korea, Spain, Italy, Japan, and many more. Not all of the programs are the same. Some cater specifically to the major, others to the travel and experience.
Great opportunity to get to know what's out there, but in terms of language, culture, tradition, different way of thinking.
Corey Cox always dreamt of traveling to Europe and seeing the beautiful architecture and arts. Cox studied in Madrid, Spain, where she put into practice her Spanish.
Once you're like there, it's really, really worth it. You get to experience a whole new culture. It really opens your mind to like a whole nother world outside of what you see here in the US, you know, and then you get to meet a lot of great new people.
Like Yang, Cox, and myself, we had the opportunity to study abroad. We love our time and experience in a new country and culture. It pushes us out of our comfort zone and become more independent. I went to Seoul, South Korea, where I plan to go for grad school. But for now, I'm in Fresno. Jocelyn Clark, Fresno State Focus.
The cost of each program depends on the country and the time you spend there. The staff in the office can break it all down for you and give you more information about Fresno State and outside scholarships to pay for it. For more information, you can stop by the Study Abroad office in the Family and Food Science Building, room 119, or visit them online. Student dietitians at Fresno State have a lot on their plate when it comes to applying for the dietetic program.
One of their requirements is 80 hours of community service. Giving guided tours at grocery stores is a way they can fulfill these hours. Each tour has one guide who meets people at the front entrance. They are typically easy to spot. Just look for someone wearing a blue apron. During these tours, they stop and share information about nutrition and common foods found in most grocery stores. These tours also allow dietetic students a chance to get more involved in their community.
If I'm teaching people, I also remember like things better, and I also like helping the community. I feel like
Students and members of the community are invited to sign up. They offer both Spanish and English guides. The tours last an hour and take place at Save Mart Supermarket on North Fresno Street, 1st Street, and Bullard in Fresno. You can find more information like dates and tour times and the link to sign up on their Instagram page, fresnostate.bigs. Coming up on Fresno State Focus,
we take you live to the Career Expo at Chuck Chansey Park with Sydney Morgan.
Plus, Halloween is around the corner. We'll see how our temperatures are slowly dropping to finally feel like fall. All that when we come back.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes, I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey! Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head, deep in my heart. Down in my toes, I got that bulldog spirit. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that bulldog.
Welcome back. I'm Brianna Lemus with your focus on weather. We start with our beauty shot. This is right outside our speech art building. If you're facing north, we see beautiful blue skies. Going into our national radar, we do see some rain up here along with snow hitting South Canada, coming down to Florida, hitting rain in Miami and Key West. If we look at our California radar, we do see a clear valley with some clouds coming in on the coast, hitting Monterey, and hopefully they enter the valley very soon. With our highs today beginning in Modesto, we are at 87, coming down to Madera 88, along with Fresno, all the way down to Porterville with 88. With our lows, we have Modesto 55, all the way down to Madera, Shaver Lake 50, Fresno 61, and Porterville at 64. For our air quality, we are moderate, which is good for most of us, but those who do have asthma or any allergies, please be careful as you are outside. For our 7-day forecast, we had a very sunny day coming into the week. Thursday, cloudy. Going into Saturday, we do have a temperature of 72, ending and entering the week with mid-70s, which is very nice. I'm Brianna, and that's your focus on weather.
Check your bank accounts because the middle class tax refund is finally here, and it doesn't just apply to those in the middle class. Also known as the gas tax relief and the inflation relief check, these checks are compensating for the recent increase in cost of living. Those who independently filed a 2020 tax return will receive up to $350. People with children can expect double. Direct deposits should hit all bank accounts by mid-November. Debit card payments are rolling out through the end of this year. Election day is getting closer and closer, and so is the deadline to register to vote. The deadline is 15 days before Election Day, which makes it this upcoming Monday. You can either pick up a voter registration card in person, by mail, or register online. One of the ballot measures that directly affects Fresno State is Measure E. Ashley Flowers, the managing editor of the Collegian, joins us now to give us more insight. Thanks for joining us today, Ashley.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So I recently read a great article detailing everything we need to know about Measure E. So can you give us a little more insight what it means for the school?
So Measure E is a proposed 0.2% countywide sales tax. And if it passes, it is a citizens initiative, so in November it will only need a 2/3 majority to vote, pretty much a simple majority, and that would pass through. If passed, it would be earning Fresno State $36 million per year for 20 years.
Oh, wow. And what type of proposed changes would we see with that money?
So 2/3 of the money would go straight to academic improvements, and that intends to go into the nursing program, engineering, and pretty much revitalizing some of the dilapidated buildings. And then 1/3 would go to athletic improvements, and a lot of people are hopeful that means some improvements to Valley Children's Stadium.
Fantastic. Well, that sounds great. Do you know anything about who's backing this measure?
Right, so Measure E is being pushed by the Fresno State Improvement Zone Committee. That's actually led by Richard Spencer. He owns Harris Construction, and they've previously worked with Fresno State to construct certain buildings, and so that's where some of the controversy comes. Some people think that potentially this could be standing to gain. The people who are pushing the measure could be standing to gain from the measure, but of course, that's just another one of the issues today.
Important to know. And do you know if we're going to have ballot drop boxes on campus this year?
We will, yes. So there's going to be one nearby the Satellite Student Union, and then there's going to be one by Campus Point.
Okay, sounds great. And one quick last question. When do we have to cast our votes until?
So you have until Election Day, which is going to be November 8th. Do keep in mind that if you're not a Fresno County voter, you've got to get that ballot turned into your county.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us today and all the important information. And now back to you, Jared.
Thank you, Miranda. Did you know that one of the first points of commerce during the gold rush is still standing today? This place is called LaPorte, and it is known for its deep-rooted history dating back to the 1850s, as Cindy Morgan shows us.
Many of the mines in LaPorte can still be found for those willing to journey a little past town.
A huge mountain right over there, that is like a huge mining offset. Like they would just throw everything over there. And now the locals like to go sledding on it and that kind of stuff.
The people who come to visit or commute for work have only good things to say about the area.
I just started working here during the summer and it's been a lot of fun and I think it's a great experience.
Many visitors come to live a Western mountain man style life where cell service is limited, if given at all.
Really nice to be able to just kind of disconnect from everything down the hill. If you're working hard or stressed about jobs, you come up here and everything gets put away. Everyone just has a fun weekend.
With views like nearby lakes, back roads, historical landmarks, and the constant smell of pine trees, it's not hard to find things that keep people coming back to LaPorte.
Now, even though there is no more gold to be found here, there is still some hidden treasure for those that visit. Reporting from LaPorte, Sydney Morgan, Fresno State Focus.
LaPorte translates to the door. In this case, especially for those interested in history, it means the door to new possibilities and a new life for those moving west.
The Valley Animal Center is a local nonprofit no-kill shelter. Mariah Mendoza tells us how you can give back.
Meet Mila. You can often find her lounging around the office. She really runs the place. Mila has been at the center for 13 years. Explains why she no longer has the energy of a kitten. If you're looking to adopt a furry friend, they offer cats and dogs.
You want to know how to give back to your community, state.
So right now we're trying to focus mainly on socializing our animals. So even if you can just come in and read to the cats or kind of help us walk our dogs, that's what we really want. We want to provide the best headspace for our animals, and the more they can get out, the better.
One of the services they offer to the public is dog training.
I do anything from client dogs to the shelter dogs. Right now we are doing in-home and at the shelter one-on-one training.
The Valley Animal Center has made a plea to the public. Please donate now.
It's difficult for us to get the donations necessary to continue to treat our animals the way they need to be treated.
I'm Mariah Mendoza, Fresno State Focus.
If you're interested in donating or volunteering, you can connect with them online. There is a Career Tech Expo happening tonight for future Fresno State students.
Sydney Morgan is at Chuck Chansey Park to show us what this event is all about.
That's right, you guys. I am here in downtown Fresno at Chuck Chansey Park, where you'll see a few booths behind me kind of scattering for last-minute changes. They did just get back from a VIP reception, which ended around 4:30 or is expected to end around there. As you see, there is Fresno State behind us. However, that is not the only booth, as they wraps around in almost U-shape all the way through the stadium. Now, this event is for high school students. They are expecting about 2,500 of them tonight, and they are kind of going to get a little sneak peek of the game of life between choosing a career straight out of high school or choosing to continue their education through places like Clovis Community as well as our very own Fresno State. So speaking of Fresno State specifically, they're going to have majors like graphic design along with our very own MCJ program. MCJ standing for Media, Communications, and Journalism. And our very own chair is here, Faye Sidlow. Hi, Faye. Hi, guys. And so they will be here to answer any questions that high school students may have as they navigate through the next move that they want to make post-school. Now, there is 2 ways of entry to this event, and that includes through H Street at the ticket office, along with where H Street and Tulare meet at the front entrance. If you didn't hear about this event till today, that's totally okay. There's no reservation required. Just come on down. You're welcome to bring friends and family. Again, this event is from 5 to 7 p.m. today. I'm at Chuck Chansey Park, Sydney Morgan, Fresno State Focus.
I don't know about you, Miranda, but with Faith and Cindy being down there, I'm sure they're going to learn a lot about what we have here at Fresno State.
Definitely. I'm thinking about joining them. We should have like 2.5 hours after the show to come join them.
Maybe. I haven't been down to Chuck Chansey Park in a while, so it'd be nice to go back there again.
I agree.
Coming up in sports, we talk about Major League Baseball by taking a look at the American and National League Championship Series to see who's still standing.
Plus, Fresno State is hosting wine nights. We'll let you know when you can go wine tasting here at Fresno State. All that when we come back.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
The student union is full of great food, including Panda, Subway.
The Bulldog Bowl.
No, that's actually not the name of the soup place. It's our very own campus's bowling alley. Bulldog Bowl boasts 12 bowling lanes and 13 pool tables. Many students say they go to the alley to de-stress and unwind between classes.
Classes are hard. After getting done all my assignments, it's just cool to chill. Have fun sometimes.
The fun gets kicked up a notch on Friday nights when the lights go down for glow-in-the-dark bowling.
Just a couple friends, we wanted to hang out here, and we were like, oh, well, why not use the Fresno State lanes? We live close, so it's and it's really fun. We've gone before, and I really like it. Studying as well, so it's kind of a bowling class, and
You can also give yourself an excuse to bowl by trying out for the award-winning Bulldogs bowling team.
I think everyone should try bowling out. I just think it's not like a super competitive sport. I just think it's a fun thing to do in your free time.
Bulldog Bowl is on the bottom level of a student union and is open to everyone. Bring your student ID for exclusive discounts and games starting at less than $3. The alley is open between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. while school is in session. Lanes are closed from 11 to 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays for bowling class.
Journalism major or not, local sports radio announcers bring their passion on air. Holden Wheeler sits down with two hosts doing just that.
This is your sports leader in Fresno, 1430 ESPN.
The local ESPN radio station is home to multiple radio personalities, one being Fresno State Focus alum and host of Home Field Advantage, Gabe Camarillo, covering local sports and finding talent before they become household names.
You hear about these guys in the NFL, in college football, but they all started here in the Central Valley. A lot of them started here in the Central Valley. So to be able to meet some of those guys, to talk to them, have them in studio, it helps keep me company.
With Camarillo covering local, it leaves early riser and former poli-sci major Jose Gonzalez running the morning airwaves.
I start reading some articles, then I get home, I get ready for work, and I'm here about 6 a.m. usually. I like to be at least an hour early. Do the final prep of the show, begin the show at 7 in the morning. And
Gonzalez is one of the two longest tenured on-air personalities with ESPN, giving him a little more freedom on his early show.
For me, I'm lucky that I get to talk college football. I get to talk NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, and then I can go back and talk local sports if I want to, and if it warrants being talked about, which I do every single week.
Shows that are done live in studio are recorded, and then uploaded onto a computer so that they can be posted on their website at 1430espnfresno.com. Whether you're listening in your car, your phone, or even on your computer, the local hosts at ESPN are pouring everything that they have into these shows. For Fresno State Focus, Holden Wheeler.
To see more of these hosts and the kind of work ESPN Radio is doing, you can visit their website at 1430espnfresno.com. Major League Baseball season is winding down with the final four teams squaring off in the National and American League Championship Series. The San Diego Padres will host the Philadelphia Phillies in a best-of-7 series for the National League pennant, while the Houston Astros host Fresno State alum Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees for the American League pennant. The winners of both series advance to the World Series, which is scheduled to start on Friday, October 28th. Now, see who your Bulldog athletes will be facing up against for the remainder of the week. Thursday, the men's golf team will be traveling for the Stockton Invitational. Soccer will be in Wyoming for a match starting at 2. Volleyball will be at Air Force for their match at 5. Friday, softball will be home taking on Fresno City College. No time yet for that game. Swim and dive will be facing off against Fresno Pacific at 4. As for Saturday, men's golf will have another round in the Stockton Invitational. Volleyball faces New Mexico at home. Match time is noon. Softball hosts Northridge at 1. Football will be in New Mexico with game time at 3:30 Saturday afternoon, coming off a big homecoming win. To wrap up the week on Sunday, soccer will be at Colorado State. Match time is noon. Now let's go to Jocelyn Clark for a look at other things to do around campus.
Every year, Fresno State Cross Culture and Gender Center, along with the Women's Alliance, hosts Take Back the Night. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been involved in sexual violence relationships. That is according to the World Health Organization. Take Back the Night. It's an event where people can go together, support survivors of domestic and sexual violence. During the event, survivors share their stories. There will be also a resource booth and a peaceful march. You can find more information on this event by visiting the Student Affairs website or the Cross Cultural Gender Center on Instagram. Take Back the Night is tomorrow night from 6 to 8 at Pit South of Panda Express. Did you know that Fresno State holds a wine tasting every Friday night? Friday Night Flights wine tasting is an event for students in the community. It's where people can taste wine made by Fresno State students, learn more about how they craft award-winning wines, and see nation's first largest 120-acre vineyard. Events like this help students who are working towards a career in the industry of wine.
Us students, the money goes to the winery, and then that'll help fund stuff, other events for us students, and it just kind of basically helps the students out as well.
The Friday night wine tasting is held on most Fridays through December. Check out their website to find out specifics. The cost is $10 per person, but if you buy a bottle of wine, the fee gets waived. Back to you, Miranda. Week to visit the Graduate Art Show at the Phoebe Conley Art Gallery. The namesake of the gala, Interwoven, is conceptualized across 4 rooms in various and overlapping mediums by Carolyn Zutler and Lila Rofan. Rofan's works draw inspiration from her Iranian heritage and elaborate on the cultural intricacies behind carpet weaving. Zutler's pieces weave together the past, present, and future, offering an esoteric view that is neither placed in space nor time. The exhibit is open from 10 to 4 through this Friday. Admission is free. So, are you thinking about going down there, Jared?
Maybe. There's a lot of interesting art there. We might stop by, see what it's all about.
Definitely. We have a chance to see the great works in the making. So next week on Fresno State Focus, we will show you the importance of younger generations getting involved in government positions.
Plus, we'll let you know what's going on this spooky season.
Also, a weekly interview with the Collegian on what top stories they have for the week.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.